if it's true that we also have been unconsciously creating this life, right? And thus creating also a lot of our miseries, is it true that we can also create the opposite and reverse these miseries and create the opposite of that?
Absolutely. Because the path is the same, right? And what we call in the spiritual world is materialization and dematerialization. Again, E is equal to mc square. It's not that energy can be transformed into mass or material. The material and mass can be converted back into energy as well.
Right.
So it's a two double path, right? So, but again, once again, as we say, most of us, we are masters of creating miseries and problems on an autopilot without knowing it. That emotional energy that we put in, the visualization that we do in a negative direction, we manifest. But Brhamanda Yoga teaches you that you just reverse that whole path. That get to visualize to where you were before, get to that emotional state where you were before, and the whole process will reverse. And you can undo what you have done. People say that, oh, what has been done cannot be undone. That's not true. I mean, certain things, of course. Say, for example, now you say, you have, say, some animal or something, people like hunting, right? Now you go and shoot a deer. Now you can undo that part, right? So I'm not talking about those things. But then what you have manifested or created in your life, you can definitely undo it.
Let's say someone has been manifesting or unconsciously creating all these miseries for 20 years, let's say, out of their life. And would it take 20 years of undoing for somebody to get back to homeostasis?
There is no such rule like that, Ali, number one. Okay, why? Because the results are going to be proportionate to the effort that you will put into it.
Right.
Now, if I'm reversing in a very casual manner, slowly, if I reach that point in 20 years, I may even take 30 years to get back. But I double up my effort. I can be there in 10 years. I can be there in 5 years. I can be there in 1 year. It is my effort that I'll put into it. It'll be that guidance and support that I'll be getting from my teacher, my guide. It'll be that kind of quality tools that I'll be getting from whatever process I am taking to reverse the process, say Brhamanda Yoga. So these will all determine how sooner and faster you can reverse it. So there is no rule like this that it took me 10 years to create, it's going to take me 10 years to reverse it. No, that's not true.
So obviously, if you're creating consciously, then the strength of it and the intensity of it is so much more than when you were doing it unconsciously. That's why you're saying it can take way less time.
Not always, Ali, because I have the choice how much intensity I want to put in the reversal. I was not making a choice when I was creating the negative thing in my life, right? It was again an autopilot mode. Whatever intensity was there was there. But now when I'm reversing it knowingly, it's up to me now how much intensity effort I want to put in. I'll give you an example. It is mentioned in our ancient scriptures.
Yeah.
Somebody asked a question from a siddha, self-realized siddha. How long does it take for a person to become self-realized? How fast? What is the fastest time a person can take to become self-realized? And the answer was 1 moment. It'll depend upon the intensity of your desire. So the next question came was, so what should be the intensity of desire to become self-realized in 1 moment? So it's all symbolic, okay? So the answer came was that if we shave your head and tie you that you cannot move any body part, including your head, even 1 millimeter, and we took a burning red hot charcoal and put on your freshly shaved head on top of that, the intensity of desire that you will have to shake it off your head, if you can create the same intensity of desire to get self-realization, you will get it in a moment. This is not my statement. This is from the scriptures that we believe in. So again, time is not a factor. We don't focus on that. We focus on how much effort I can put into it. To watch the full podcast, click here. And to watch our previous podcasts, click here. And finally, I bow down to all of you and the divinity within you. Thank you and bless you.